It is
Now
closing time, Monsieur Lobineau.
we die.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight! What the... Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
There we go.
Ow! Oh, oh.
Was that Nico?
And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in
It
costume.
was.
You mean it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. And how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod.
Oh, she's doing all sweet and innocent now. Well, fine.
Nothing happened.
Yeah,
The gem fits perfectly, but what does that prove?
maybe the tripod has to be in a certain location.
There's nothing on the manuscript to indicate where, though, is there?
Let's take another look.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh, she smiled.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
I mean, castles were everywhere in Europe at that time. Could it be Lochman?
Look there, two guys.
But the and the night through my... I'd better get back to the quest.
Has it opened up Ireland again? No. For some reason in my head we need to go back to Ireland. So we have the tripod. It's a killer juggler.
Hey, you with the balls. We? How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu. A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crownheads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so. It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands.
Come on, George, it would be fun.
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not?
Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
Look at George the American come
I
in
had
and
no
just
idea
ruin
what
this
I was
guy's
doing.
day.
But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not. I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
What does he say about the jongleur?
Excuse me, officer.
Nothing.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Ah, you are a clown.
Yes.
Do I look like a clown?
No, although you juggle like one. Now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing, and not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur, you had it.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur, I'll be there.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps?
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
I do.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury. Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Great.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Do we just do it while the crowd's here? Seems a little silly. What is that? Does anybody else think that doesn't look very safe?
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone. The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, "This is where the gallows used to stand." Maybe. A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near. On the boat was a winching machine.
Winching machine. Oh, that's grim. I think I figured out what we need that winching machine for.
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
Pick it up. Pick it up, Georgie. Pick it up.
I pushed against the door, but it seemed to be locked. The door was a handsome piece of work.
There, in the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket.
We just don't have anything, do we?
The door was locked. Rats! It's locked.
Rats. It's locked.
If I wanted to get deeper into these catacombs, I was going to have to get onto that path. If the near edge hadn't crumbled away, I could have jumped it easily.
I don't see a way of unhooking this boat. Why can we drop the chain and then not do anything with it?
On the boat was a winching machine. The hook lay in a bed of chain.
But you don't want to pick it up. I mean, that's never going to work. No. What was that? That didn't do a sheep noise. Neither did that. Gem won't fit. And what is the ball for? So we need to get over to the other side. It's never going to do anything.
The hook lay in a bed of chain.
Why can't we just unhook the chain? So what I think we need to do is hook that chain around something. No, stop, go back. You could probably stand on the boat and jump across there, but that's not what it wants me to do. I think we're missing something.
Maybe not.
What is it? What am I missing? Come on, brain. We're 3 or 4 cups of coffee and you should be able to figure this out. What I'm thinking is the chain goes on the skull and then we pull it. Why does that make a sheep noise? And why, when we drop the chain, can we not pick it up?
On the boat was a winching machine.
Sewer seems to be a dead end. I don't think it is a dead end. I don't think it is. So we've got... We need a key. So from the key... I don't think it would be a chess piece, although there is a chess piece missing. There's something to do with the cup here. The chalice. I mean, I'm not seeing anything obvious. There's no way of moving this boat. We need to get over there. But we also have the tripod. Oh, there's a priest here now. I think the tripod has to go in here somewhere.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Something about that window.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
At least the church
How
survived,
long have
yeah.
you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
Father Flambe.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui.
What?
Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
No. What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
Sure. What a fluke. Again, this is fluke number 2.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Thank you, Father.
Okay, thanks.
He's an expert polisher. There's something about that window.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. I didn't recognize the biblical story.
Still nothing.
I was a Sunday school dropout. The priest was still busy with the chalice, so I decided to have another look around the church. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
We need to get that somehow.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell.
Which is why I think we should have a piece of the chessboard.
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor.
Is he done yet? Our expert shiner.
The priest was still busy with the chalice, so I decided to have another look around the church. I didn't have time to sit around.
Yes, you do. Oh, there's another one here.
A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
Doesn't give us anything. Something. Something scholarly.
I didn't recognize the biblical
It's
story.
just a
in it.
window. No. Shut up, George.
The priest was still busy with the chalice, so I decided to have another look around the church. The priest was still busy with the chalice.
I don't want to leave. There's nothing obvious for where we put stuff. You're just gonna do the shrug? Yeah, thought so. I didn't want that, I wanted that. Well, I don't really want to leave. This is the problem. I don't want to talk to the family. They'd just let me leave. No. Carry on. Carry on. Nothing's opened up yet, no. Back to the scene of the crime.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Thanks for your help. The glass case was intact,
but the tripod had been replaced by a sign reading, "Exhibit temporarily removed."
Interesting. Everything points to Montfaucon. Rousseau's not there. I don't think there's anything here. I think we're stuck.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
I'd like to report an assault.
Yes.
They stopped.
Could you describe?
One looked like their name.
up.
Look what I found, Sergeant Moo.
It is a ball. The ball of a child.
You're half right, but this is no toy, Sergeant Moo.
Don't tell me. The juggler is back.
The juggler? Who's he?
The most cunning circus performer turned pickpocket in Paris. He mesmerizes his audience with an unarguably talented but mind-numbing display of juggling, while his accomplice goes through the crowd and empties their pockets. I thought we'd seen the last of him.
Interesting.
See you later, Sergeant. I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Which one's his accomplice? Hopefully he's finished buffing his chalice.
The priest was still busy with the chalice, so I decided to have another look around the church.
Right, what am I missing here? Oh, that's the scroll, isn't it? Right, okay.
A scroll was a scholarly...
We can't look at the panels on the wall. What do you mean, go back to the sewer? I don't really want to leave the chalice with... I mean, he's a father of the cloth. And a scholar of the Templars. Maybe it means these. It just seems odd that we've left the chalice with him.
The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone. The wall seemed in very poor condition. The inscription was undecipherable. The plaster had cracked and was falling away. I wondered why.
Oh, maybe that's what we needed to do to trigger the chain thing. Can we pick it up yet?
The wall... The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence.